Hi everyone, it is me, Sailor Moon, and it's me, Sailor Jupiter, and today we're going to talk about this one thing that, you know, does seem to come up a lot. And I know we talked about this a lot, but oh well. Because there are going to be a lot of folks out there who will bring this up and say, oh well, you should go for YouTube Mateship. Oh well, YouTube Mateship's great because you can get gouged. But what they don't tell you is all the downsides to the upsides and all the oversights that one would have to uphold and follow if one would get it. First off, even before one becomes a YouTube mate, one has to have a lot of followers and a lot of watch time. And let's just be earnest, we might have a lot of followers, but we don't got the watch time. And it's always shifting all the time. And since YouTube is always shifting the mateship oversight on how many followers you gotta have and how many watch time your films gotta have and all this other stuff, you might not get in. Two, they're always the oversights are always shifting. Like one, the YouTube mateship oversight shifting. The YouTube boostering and showing oversight is always shifting. It doesn't keep the same. It's always shifting. And three, you gotta have some kind of income toll background. If you don't have one, you are going to get one because any income you make through Alphabet, through Google, through YouTube is tollable, so you are going to get a income toll background even if you don't have one. Two, you have to also uphold the Google boostering or showing thought oversight if you're working with that tool. And let's just be earnest. You don't be earnest with it. You have to truly watch everything you say and do. You know? You're right, Sailor Moon. I mean, who wants to uphold more oversights that you can lose your good standing on? Because all it takes is losing your good standing on one fucks it up for all the other things. Like there's YouTube website oversight, YouTube followership oversight, then a YouTube boostering or showing oversight, the YouTube mateship oversight, then there's the Google booster or showing thought oversight for that tool. And if you somehow by mistake or by goal, whatever, you lose your good standing when you're one of those things, you can lose all the others. Or if you're lucky, you'll just lose your mateship. And it isn't really like YouTube is that kind to any of the YouTube mates. You hear sagas and tales about how you get the live talk, but they're not really that helpful. Or you get the interweb, you get the wireless, but they're not really that helpful with the wire. You know? And they're always, you're always, and if you're someone who likes to do fair work, well, you're going to get yourself in an ownership bind every time you do something that's fair work. So why go through that shit? Then on top of that, you have to also be good at income toll bookkeeping. Or, because you are going to be half answerable for that income toll that's being taken out in your name, either Gather, Reich, Oldham, or Near. So, what do I want to go for all that shit for? Never do I really want to make YouTube a business. I do not. Yeah, you're right, Sailor Jupiter. At the end of the day, there are all these downsides to mateship and not too many upsides. And if the only upside you can come up with is, oh, you get gouged, well, that is the same for everyone who works full time and half time. So you wouldn't be saying something that isn't true about work, which that is an upside. But beyond that, that would probably be the only upside to being a YouTube mate, because there wouldn't be really any other upsides. You can't talk about how you would get the yielded followership or the over talk in your live stream shout out box and say that those are upsides that would overtake the downsides, because those are only two. Those are like two tools or settings you would get. But at the end of the day, even they wouldn't make up for all the downsides that would come with being a YouTube mate. And if any of you YouTube mates out there say, I don't know what I'm talking about, well, I watch your films from time to time when you bitch about YouTube mateship, so I got the right to scave it too, as much as you do. So anyway, at the end of the day, YouTube mateship is not going to, will never be a goal, and we'll never go for it. YouTube mateship can go fuck itself. It's the truth. You know? Our films and Fairway will never meet the standards. We'll never have never have enough watch time or followers, or never have that income tool background, or all the other shit that one has to have to be YouTube mate. And we're not going to really want to uphold YouTube's boostering and showing oversight and YouTube mateship oversight at all. So those two oversights, do we really care about them? No, because we didn't. We're not following. We didn't choose to follow them and uphold them. And it is what it is. So at the end of the day, and have to worry about how much Godwin's gonna make, and worrying about if your fair work doesn't get taken, doesn't get, fake striked it, and you lose ownership over to someone else. Do I really want to go for that shit? Yeah, I don't want to go for that either. So anyway, that's just us saying why we'll never, yes, Sailor Moon, that's just us saying why we'll never be a YouTube mate. We'll never take up YouTube on YouTube mateship. It can go fuck itself. That's the truth. We don't care about it, and we'll never go for it. But if you like that film, then follow us over here at Sailor Moon for Life, or watch the last film we made yesterday over here. I'm Sailor Moon. I Sailor Jupiter. See you later. Bye.